Welcome back, everyone. Yes, I am back for my girls trip. Yes, I am here. I am doing an update video today. There are a number of things that I've tried recently that I do want to talk to you about. I want to give you some updates, and I have some new products that were sent to me while I was traveling. So we're going to get into those, and I'm going to give you some thoughts on things that I brought with me to Wyoming, where we were probably at about a mile and above elevation. And it's extremely dry. Out west in the United States, you understand what that's like. There are other places in the world, of course, that are dry and high elevations. But I live here in Boston on the East Coast, and it's very humid, and it's not super hot in the summer, but it's hot enough. And we're still going through that transition into the fall. The fall is the best time of year, but my skin and hair and body is completely confused by the change in everything. So I'll tell you a little bit about how these things performed in both climates. So the first thing I want to do is pull my hair back really quick. I do not have anything on my face except for my eyes. My eyes are done with eyeshadow. What else would they be done with, Jen? And I will tell you about those updates in just one second. Two things I want to mention. The Elemis cream that I brought with me. It is the marine cream that I've been using on my face for, I don't know, years, but now in a body. I honestly think that the Elemis marine cream line, the face cream and the body cream, is one of the best purchases you can make if you're looking for something that is soothing, easy to use, like sinks into the skin, not greasy. Really excellent product. I'm not sure if my skin would have survived out west without that tub, because I didn't bring a body moisturizer. I generally don't, like, when I'm here in Boston in the summer, I do have oils and mists and a whole bunch of other, and of course lotions. I do like take a shower, then I put lotion on, but I'll be honest, every day I don't, because it's really humid and it's really sticky. When I went out west, I was fine for like a day or two, and then my skin started to like pucker. So that Elemis body cream was a lifesaver, not only for me, but all of the other women. There was 13 girls who used it. And then when we went to Jackson Hole after Cody, Wyoming, with just two other women friends of mine, they used it. So we used up half a tub in 10 days. Yeah, actually 8 days, because I travel days. But so it's really worth looking at. If you've used the Elemis marine cream on your face, you'll love the body cream. Second is the Rare Beauty perfume, which again was used by 13 different women, and actually we made a pretty good dent in it. This is an excellent vanilla caramel scent. It is not particularly complicated, but that is the point. It's easy to use. It doesn't offend anyone. It's very nice. It didn't upset any of the horses or wildlife, grizzly bears that were out there. But it smelled really different on everyone. It was really interesting because I thought we were all going to spray it. We were going to all spray, and we'd all smell exactly alike. And that is not the case. Body chemistry really does change the way that your perfume smells. But this perfume, at least to me, smelled good on everyone. And it was a really great travel perfume. Because, if you're on planes and you're going to places, at least me, I try to be at least considerate of the people that are around me and not wear a super heavy perfume. Because you're in an enclosed space, if I'm out and about, no, it's my perfume, it's my body, I should be able to wear what I want. But if you're going to be in a flying tube for, 7 hours, but you do want something light, the Rare Beauty is really nice. And it does have like longevity. It stays with you. It's just a nice body mist, a nice like musky scent. It's really good. I really, really like that one. Also, I love the locking mechanism on this. You click hopefully you can see this, you click it and then it locks so that it can't spray while it's in your bag, which is actually genius. Like, that's a really smart thing to do. So anyway, I was like, oh, I don't know why anyone else has never done that. Yupoda, which is my favorite K-beauty brand, sent me some more products. I love the K-beauty world, but I admit I'm not that familiar with all the distinct products. I do know Yupoda because they have sent me products in the past. And they have the foaming cleanser with, I forget what type of, it's salicylic acid, I can't remember what, but it's basically the one that you use if you have acne. The thing is I don't really have acne, but I have redness. And so it can be a little drying, so I only use it like twice a week, but it really helps with redness, and it's a really good foaming cleanser. They have a great balm, they have a great lavender spray. You should check out Yupoda. They're a really good brand and really decent prices. They sent me this thing called the Dewy Day, which is a moisturizing niacinamide and apricot cushion foundation. Now, I forget what shade I chose. I'll make sure it's down below, guys. But obviously, oh, here it is. It's on the side. I'm so sorry. N1N. And look at how cute it is. It's got a little heart. Can you see that? For the pad. I'm sorry, but I just think that's adorable. Okay, so it's a cushion foundation. We're going to try it here live. See how terrible. No, just see how it looks on me. My skin is a little messed up right now. I'm not going to lie. You know, I went from humid, hot to high elevation, dusty, dirty, mud, and very, very dry. So, you know, that's what happens. Oh, that actually looks nice. Yeah, so I'm not putting any Clé de Peau on today because I want you to, you know, let's see how this, or any like primer of any kind. I'm also having an interesting problem. Not problem. I'm having a new thing happen with my under eyes. So lately my health has been a little, and those of you who've watched for a while know I've kind of had ongoing health issues and, you know, perimenopause and all that good stuff. But I also have an autoimmune condition that affects, well, it affects everything, but specifically, like right now what I'm trying to deal with is it affects my thyroid. And so it's causing all kinds of fun stuff. So I don't think I'm getting enough sleep or something because the underneath of my eyes is looking a little blue. And I've never had that as, I mean, I've had every other problem, but I've never had that as a thing. Like I've always had pretty, like I've never had to use like concealer or anything under my eyes. I have some that I like and I've used them, but it's never really been an issue for me. So, I have been using a product that I'll tell you about that does seem to work for me. I like it, and I'll give you the details once I get this on my face. You know, I gotta tell you, the K-beauty brands, they do a great job with like skincare, anything that has to do with like dewiness. Look at how good that looks. I mean, my skin looks kind of gross right now because it's like too dry and it kind of looks, this is not sticky, but it looks dewy. A good color too, which, you know, that wasn't necessarily easy to find what my color would be. Yeah, it looks great. It's vegan. Trying to see if there's anything else that I need to tell you. 49 ounces. Yopoda. You should check it out if you haven't already. It's a great brand. Yopoda, thank you for sending it to me. Yopoda sent me skincare too, and I'll talk about that. I do have a skincare video coming up, guys. It's just so many things to do. A new brand called Dead Cool sent me perfume. Yeah, I've never heard of them before. You know me, I'm completely honest. But the perfumes are really cool. These are travel. I have Mochi Milk. What's this one? Mochi Milk, Extra Milk, and Taunt. And like I said, I got the travel sprays. This one is Mochi Milk, Marshmallow, and Vanilla Bean. If you like sweet, you're gonna love this one. It's really good. I haven't tried Extra Milk or Taunt yet, but take a look at the brand. It's Dead Cool, D-E-D-C-O-O-L. And I have to say, like, I've smelled all of them. They smell phenomenally good. So we'll see. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of little brands out there, guys. I'm actually gonna be doing a video soon about the death of regular luxury. There's a lot of good independent small brands that I think sometimes we overlook. And there's some great perfume brands, some great skincare brands. And, you know, they might not have the big Dior or Chanel name on them, but I think they offer that same luxury experience. Or if not the luxury experience, an excellent quality. So check out Dead Cool and see what you think. All right, so the next product that I want to show you is the product that I'm talking about that is helping my under eyes. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Eye Brightening Powder. And I did mention this on another video because it comes in different colors. There's a peach, there's a deep peach, there's a golden. I like the soft pink. And I have a soft pink to give away that I'm going to do a live and we'll give this one away. But it is the Secret Brightening Under Eye Setting Powder. Here's the one I'm going to give away in soft pink. The reason this works better than some other products, in my opinion, is that the way Laura Mercier designed this, she worked on like sets, you know, like, what am I looking for? Editorial sets. Sometimes when you have I'm making sure I have, this is the brush they sent me to. A lot of times when you have an under eye powder or concealer, it will conceal the color or problem, you know, whatever the issue is under your eyes. But then when you take a photo, it looks weird. The one that comes to mind, the product that comes to mind, is the By Terry powder, the hyaluronic powder, which is one of my favorites still. Creation of that one, the first iteration of it. When you took a flash photo, it would turn out white, bright white under your eyes or wherever else you put it. And the thing with that, of course, is that that doesn't look good in a photo. This powder actually has a way of catching the light and making it look like it's bouncing off your under eyes in a way that looks really natural and really good. So it brightens your eye. But in photographs, it looks really nice. It doesn't look weird. And it does brighten up the eye area. And the soft pink works well for me. Again, you know, depending on your coloring, you're going to want either a peach or a golden, but the soft pink I think works really well for me. And I will eventually get to the bottom of why I need this, but in the meantime, I think it's doing its job. I think it's doing a great job. So I want to recommend that strongly. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and it comes in different shades. LYS also sent me a bunch of their blushes, which I'm going to try soon, and a highlighter. I'm not going to do those today, but I will have them in a video very soon. See, I'm doing well, right? I'm home for a couple of days and I've lost my ability to speak. Sacheu, S-A-C-H-E-U. Send me a couple of their products. Lip Elixir. We have a lip liner stay, an all-day contour stay, and an all-day cheek stay. These are like those pens that, you know, you can put on and they stay, peel off lip things and stuff. I generally don't like those because they dry out my lips, but I am always willing to try them because there are times that they are really helpful. One I want to mention, this is Palladio, P-A-L-L-A-D-I-O. If you're on TikTok, you know this brand. This went super viral because there's a bunch of influencers over there that use this and have talked about how great it is. I didn't get it from that, but it doesn't matter. The point is, it actually is excellent. The way this works, and I used it in Wyoming because I wanted to have something on my lips sometimes because my lips kind of blend into my face. And so I wanted to have like a little bit of color in my face, but I couldn't have anything that had like real color in it because I was in the water, I was in mud, I was in dirt. Again, the video's coming. And I would just be putting on balm and balm and balm all day long. In fact, I used the Laneige lip balms most of the time I was there. What was the other one? Oh my gosh, my brain. There was one other one. I'll put it down below. I did not bring the Chanel lip oil, although I do love the Chanel lip oil, and it is now at Nordstrom, and I would highly recommend it, except for the fact that it's $360, and I wasn't about to put that up. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. And I at this point in my life, losing $360 lip oil would just kill me. So I didn't bring it with me, but I could have used it. I will be honest. All right, so let me show you how this works. Now I use it as almost like a defining lip liner. Put it on like that. This is the mocha color, by the way. It sets in and that's it. Like it just sort of sinks into your skin. It doesn't dry out your skin. It just sort of sinks in and becomes like the color of your outline. And then I would put on lipstick if I went out that night, or I'd put on balm during the day or whatever. It does not come off because it kind of like becomes part of your lip. It like sinks into the color and it just lasts like all day long. It's a really great product. And it's like, I don't know, $15 or less. I'm going to get it in all the colors. They have like 6 colors. So I'm going to buy all of them. I'll make sure the Amazon link is below. It's a really good product. No, it's not luxury. No, it's not, but it's worth buying because it literally just gives you that like, oh, give you an example. Get up in the morning, you have to go to breakfast, then you're going out for a ride on the horse. But you are gonna take pictures and video because you wanna show people who are watching your channel your trip. And you don't wanna look like you're ill because again, my skin is so pale when my lips blend into it, I do look a little sick. So I put this on and then, you know, I put some lip balm on and then I would go for the ride and it wouldn't, you know, it didn't look like amazing, but it looked like, okay, she's healthy and she's alive. I did not wear foundation. I did not wear mascara. I did not wear anything else. I did have my Moravisa spray with me that I would spray on during the trip, but like most of the time I just, you know, existed in my original self, and I had the best time. So anyway, so that's a product that you definitely want to check out. Merit also sent me these gift sets. Now, these two gift sets are available at Sephora. I'll link them below. I understand, you know, it's only October. No, it's not even October, Jen. It's September. Oh my, it's because I'm dealing with all fall and holidays. I know it's September. We're not at the holidays yet, but I would just give you this. These do sell out. These sets sell out for the holidays. Some people buy their holiday stuff really early. If you're one of those people, I would recommend these because they do sell out quickly, okay? Again, Merit's not, I'm not getting paid to say this, but I like Merit very much. I think they're a really good mid-luxury brand. They're not a high luxury brand, but they have excellent products, and I think they have a really good price point. One is the Archival set. It's got the liner, the gloss, and the lipstick in it. The liners are those sheer liners, again, similar to this type of product, the Palladio. Put it on. It's, you know, it's not a heavy liner. You could even line your entire lips with it. It's really good and an excellent product. I will show you the color of Archival in just one second. And then the other set is the cheek balm set. Now this set will sell out. I have no doubt this will sell out. The other one, you know, might be around until the holiday. I doubt the balms one will be. It always goes. It's a great set. I would have bought it. I will probably buy it for my friends, actually. Well, although I shouldn't say that because you're probably watching. In here is Postmodern, Le Bonbon, and Redo, or Redux, which is a medium warm pink, which is a limited edition shade. So what this looks like is this. You get the mini balms. So let me show you what the regular size balms look like, and I will pull out Archival so you can see what the color looks like in the other set. Literally had it at the top because it's like one of my favorites. Okay, so this is Archival. It's an excellent pinky brown mauve. It's like the perfect shade for anyone that's fair to, I'd say, medium deep, maybe. I think it'll get a little too light if you're getting into the deep, but it's a really excellent shade, guys. It works on practically, I mean, it's like 75% of people will look at it and be like, oh, this is perfect. Let me show you the size of the minis next to this so you can see. All right, so here's the regular size. Still a decent size. I haven't even used, I mean, honestly, I like the minis. They're great for travel, so that's what goes in my travel bag. Okay, so the first color I want to show you is Postmodern. Postmodern is a really good shade as well for someone who's looking for something a little bit deeper than the Archival. I think that is a good choice. But you can also wear it if you're very fair. The great thing about the Merit blushes is they blend in, and you can definitely go more intense or less intense. You have Le Bonbon, which is that very healthy pink, which is what I ended up looking like in Cody, Wyoming, without any makeup on because it was actually healthy. And then Redux, which is the one that is the limited edition shade. Ooh, I like it. It's definitely a warm pink. That's really pretty. I think we'll use that one today. So again, this is Archival. That's the shade that's in the set that has the lipstick, the gloss, and the liner. This right here is Postmodern, which is a deeper shade than Archival, but has a little bit more pink, but it's more, I'd say, more intense. Le Bonbon and the new limited edition shade Redux, which is just, that's stunning. I really, really like that. Let's put that on. So I was gonna use the brushes that Refer sent me, and I realized that I really don't wanna use this brush for cream product. So I'm gonna put it on with my hands. But let me talk a little bit about the brushes really quickly. This is the 05 brush from Refer. They also sent me the 01, 03, the 02, and the 15, which I used for my eye look today. Didn't use the tiny one yet, but these are brushes from Refer. These are all excellent brushes for your eye. I would honestly tell you Refer is one of my favorite brands for brushes when I recommend them widely. If you're somebody who is a makeup artist and somebody who needs a lot of brushes, the Refer brand is excellent. If you're somebody who's just starting your journey in using makeup, Refer brushes are excellent. They're made in Japan. They spend a lot of time and energy making sure the brushes are really well done. The shape is what it needs to be. And they're soft, but they also work and they pick up pigment, and they have an excellent precision to them. If you're somebody who's really looking for like very unique, specific, I need, you know, a white-haired silver fox, I don't know, you know, yes, there are brushes out there. I can recommend them to you. Hakuhodo has great brushes, and Chikuhodo has great brushes, and Sonia G has great brushes. There's a lot of great brushes out there, Wayne Goss. But Rephr is a really great brand to go to just overall. The service is impeccable. The people are lovely and kind. And to be honest with you guys, I think we could use more kindness in the world, and I am thrilled to support a brand that supports just being decent and kind and easy to work with. So I really love the Rephr people and the Rephr brand. And I honestly would not use the brushes if I thought they were not good brushes. So they are excellent. They work really well. My favorite Rephr brush is probably the bronzer brush. It's the most like the Tom Ford bronzer brush of old that no longer exists. So that tells you something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Redux on my face, the cream, and then I'll use my fingers, and then I'll use another product to use the 05 brush. It was incredibly kind of Rephr to send that to me. Thank you so much. Really, like, just great people over there, and they do such a good job trying to create, you know, shapes and the type of brush that people will use. They have ones for people who have more hooded lids, like they have a set for that, because I'm sure they've gotten a lot of questions, you know, like, hey, I have more of this type of lid, what kind of brushes should I use? And they literally created a set for it. So that's the type of people they are. That's Redux, great shade. And again, I put mine on very lightly because I don't like a heavy blush, it's just not me. So you can just see how well that works. It's great. Merit, you should check out Merit if you haven't already. So for the brush, actually, I'm going to use the bronzer in Bois. This is the Farrah Homedy bronzer. And I found that this bronzer actually works for me as kind of not a blush per se, but it's like a contour slash blush because the color is pinkish, which is why I like it so much. So I use it. I did bring this with me on my trip as well. And this was the one I used, you know, like when we did go out at night, and I wanted a little bit of something, but I didn't want, you know, to look overdone, because it is, I mean, especially Cody, the town that I was in first, is a very small town, and like when we went out on the town, there's 2 bars, but we had a lovely time. And I have a hilarious story from that trip, which I'll do on my live. Yeah, it's a hilarious story. Anyway, okay, lipstick. Let's get down to the lipstick. Now let's do the eyeshadow and then do the lipstick. On my eyes, I have some product from the Byredo Bibliophilia palette. It's an excellent palette. You know, it's a matter of whether you like this color story. I used like the gray here. It's not really gray, but it's like a grayish brown. And then I used the gold a little bit, and I used the cream on the brow bone, and that was it. That's all I've used at the moment. I am going to use one more shade, so you'll see it in a second. And then I used the Louis Vuitton, the purple one. And I'm about to take the Louis Vuitton lipstick and put it on my lips. I did bring these to Wyoming with me. And these are my thoughts, okay? I'm going to take the very small brush, the 03 brush, and use it to take this very deep shade in here. It's a very deep brown. It almost looks black though on the eye. So I'm going to use this just to kind of line my outer corners. I'm not going to line the whole eye with it. So the lipstick from Louis Vuitton is now my favorite lipstick. I will say it looks and feels better than practically any other lipstick I have. And it lasts in such a way that really does look amazing. However, I can't in good conscience say that it's worth the cost of this. What I will say is that now that I own this and I have the case, we'll pick up other colors of the lipstick because I like it that much. But given the world we live in and the fact that, let's be honest, everything is getting more expensive. The import, you know, fees, taxes, tariffs are really hitting hard and will continue to. You know, everything is inflation, everything is more expensive. There's so many things that we are going to have to pay for, and there's so many, you know, basic needs that everyone has. I can't just ignore the $160 that this is costing. I can't say that it's not my favorite, because it is. I actually love the lipstick, but I don't love it enough to tell somebody who is just trying to make ends meet and wants that nice little luxury piece, hey, you know, with that little luxury, you should shell out $160 for this and it's worth it. I can't say that. You know, it's hard enough to say it for like the Hermes lipsticks, which I brought one with me, the Brune. Which one did I bring with me? It's one of my favorites. It's Brune Yachting. This is one of my favorites from Hermes. I brought this with me. I wore this all the time. And this one I think is like $90 or $80 or whatever it is. Now, again, you know, you're going to pay like that for the refill on this, but you're paying that the same. This is the same thing for Hermes. There is a case here. So the refill would be cheaper. And the Hermes is really nice. And the Chanel lipsticks are really nice, although they're not refillable. You know, I have a lot of lipsticks that are, the Tom Fords are really good. They're not $160. So I just can't, in good conscience, like I said before, recommend this lipstick. I can't say, yes, you should go buy it. What I can say is if you are in a place that you can buy a $160 lipstick and that feels comfortable for you, it is a beautiful case. I really do love what they did. It's very heavy. It's done in a way that, you know, it gives you something for your money. $160 worth? I don't know. That's subjective, but it is beautiful and it's extremely well done. And I will buy more of the lipsticks now that I have the case. I will not buy another case though. That's what I'm like saying. I won't buy another $160 lipstick, full lipstick. I will buy the refills and put them in there because I cannot rationalize, for me anyway, that's an expense that I'd be like, why would I do that? I'll just buy the refills and switch them out. I'm not using more than one lipstick at a time, so there's no reason. The balm, I love the balm here in the humid summer in Massachusetts. I don't love this in Wyoming. I wore it and it was drying in Wyoming. I did not like it. My lips hurt and it dried in a weird way. So if you have very dry lips and you live in a dry climate, I would not recommend this balm for you if you live out there. It works great for me here. I think it looks beautiful here. Not so great in the dry climate. So it'll be interesting to see if that works in the winter here in New England, because the winter in New England is dry. So it's not a very, you know, they keep saying it was like a moisturizing balm. I did not get that. Like I said, I really like it now that it's humid because it's not too goopy. It's more like it's a balm. It's thin. It just feels comfortable. But yeah, out west, not so much. I didn't like it as much. I was just kind of like, meh. Put on a little bit of mascara before we talk about this. So here's the thing about the Louis Vuitton eyeshadow. I cannot say that this Louis Vuitton eyeshadow is better than, say, the Byredo. I used both formulas today on my eye to try to see how they interacted, which one I really thought was better. And I actually think they're similar. I think they have a similar feel to them in the satins and the mattes that they have in both of them. Obviously, the Byredos have like a foiled metal kind of shade that the Louis Vuitton doesn't have. But I will say that the pink shade that's in this particular purple whatever is quite beautiful, and I think could compete with, you know, any other brand in its impact. However, it is not as shiny, as metallic as the ones in the Byredo. This is a softer look in the Louis Vuitton. It is more like a Clé de Peau, more like a traditional Chanel look. It's beautiful and soft and ethereal and almost, it's luxury, guys. It gives you that old money look. I can't really put my finger on what it is about it, but it just does. But it's not worth the amount of money that you have to pay for the compact. The compact, on the other hand, again, worth it. If I walked into Louis Vuitton and I was really looking for a compact, I would expect it to be priced at about what this is. I mean, you know, they have they have some scarves with the beauty stuff on it, with the beauty, I've forgotten the name of it, the beauty collection, whatever they're calling it, and like with the lipsticks and the eyeshadow, they have a bandeau, they have a big scarf, And those range anywhere from like $300 to I think $600 for the scarf. So it's not a shock that this very heavy metal engraved, looks like obsidian cover is $300 and some odd when it has eyeshadow in it. For Louis Vuitton, for what you're paying. Louis Vuitton, if you buy Louis Vuitton, you know it's got a huge markup because it's Louis Vuitton. But I do really like it. And I have to say, I do think it's beautiful. And I think that this is what I want to see when I think of luxury. I want something like this. I don't want it at $350, but that's what I want to see from luxury. Like, I want that. I wish there was more of it at a low price point. I get, you know, with everything costing as much as it is, that's unlikely, but I'm torn on the eyeshadows. I feel like if you went out and bought that as your special thing for yourself, this is something you could keep for the rest of your life and hand down. I really do think it's something, it's like a keepsake. You could keep it in your family, and I could see that. The lipsticks, I don't see that. Again, I think the lipsticks are excellent, and it's now my favorite lipstick, but you know, it's not, I mean, for the price, I just think there's other lipsticks. For the price of just the eyeshadow, yes, I could say to you, hey, buy the Clé de Peau, buy the Byredo, buy whatever. But because of the compact and the way that it's made and just the beautiful nature of this piece, I could see if you're somebody who likes this type of thing or collects compacts, or, you know, you really like sort of vintage pieces, you would want this. I get that. I feel that way. So, you know, yeah, I will be very interested to see what they come up with, like for a holiday collection, if they have one. If they have special cases for the lipsticks, I wouldn't be surprised. If not this year, probably next. You know, that'll be interesting to see how this proceeds. And I'm not against having a upper echelon price point for, you know, brands. Like Dior has the lipsticks that are, I think they're like $1,000 a piece or something. And Clé de Peau has ones that are, I think the thing was like $10,000. Like, there's all of that. That's fine. Somewhere, if they have that kind of money, I still think that's ridiculous, but okay. But I feel like there should be, you know, more of a, I think Louis Vuitton made this collection for just those people. They didn't make this collection for the average person, which you just have to have your opinion about how you decide to take that, you know? I'm here to review it all for you and tell you if it's good or if it's bad. I do have my thoughts, which I always share with you, but at the end of the day, you have to make up your own mind about these things. So the Merit sets, I'll link below. They're at Sephora. I'm sure they're at Merit as well. Definitely take a look at those. They're excellent. The Yopoda foundation is great. I'm loving the way this looks. It's fantastic. I have a little bit of like mascara or something. It looks really healthy and dewy, and I love the Yopoda brand. Please check it out. I'll try the LYS stuff hopefully soon. Rare Beauty perfume, like I said. Refer brushes, check them out. They're excellent. Dead Cool, I don't know why it's called Dead Cool. I need to look at that. Perfumes are really fun, and I'm loving the scents. And the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder might be something that you want to take a look at the different shades, because it's helping me. Again, I think I just need some sleep, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Either way, this is working for me. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.